Last winter, the FBI was praised for its speed in cracking the case of the World Trade Center bombing and bringing 4 suspects to trial. Now, there is some evidence that the FBI may have known of the plot in advance through an informant and might even have stopped the bombing that killed 6 people. Correspondent Jacqueline Adams has the story.
FBI agents might have been able to prevent last February's deadly explosion at New York's World Trade Center. They discussed secretly substituting harmless powder for the explosives, but they didn't, according to the FBI's own informant, Emad Salem. Unbeknownst to the FBI at the time, Salem recorded many of his conversations with his handlers.
I'm holding 903 pages of draft transcripts.
William Kunstler represents Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman and several others charged with conspiring to blow up a series of New York City landmarks 4 months after the World Trade Center bombing. That case has not yet gone to trial. Kunstler confirmed newspaper reports of the Salem transcripts. In one, Salem complains to an FBI agent, "Since the bomb went off, I feel terrible. I feel bad. I feel here is people who don't listen." The agent replies, "Hey, I mean, it wasn't like you didn't try and I didn't try. You can't force people to do the right thing."
There is material in here to show gross governmental misconduct.
Today, attorneys for the defendants in the ongoing World Trade Center bombing case formally asked for the transcripts of Salem's tapes.
Quite frankly, beyond me, why now, the 4th week into the trial, we still don't have these materials.
Prosecutors have refused to comment publicly, but legal experts say the defense may have no right to those transcripts.
It's not a defense to a crime to say, if only the government had stopped me, I wouldn't have done it. So this isn't material that ordinarily the defense would be entitled to.
In court today, a witness from the Ford Motor Company linked debris recovered from the explosion site to a Ford van where defendant Mohammed Salamat was arrested less than a week after the bombing. Jacqueline Adams, CBS News.
Here's a live pre-dawn shot of the World Trade Center, and that little red gizmo in the lower right-hand corner above the Futures Bug, that would be the Travelers Building, which is their headquarters. We're looking south from our studios on the 20th floor of 5 Penn Plaza across the street from Madison Square Garden on a Tuesday morning, 6:01 Eastern Daylight Time. I'm Jack Harris.
Go ahead, this is chocolate 4. Okay, copy that, thank you. Okay, beauty shot right here.
Lunchtime in London, 5 a.m. in Los Angeles, and 8 a.m. here in New York, live from the CNN Financial News headquarters.
Perfect September day with lots of sunshine. Oh, would you look at Washington, huh? I'm going outside today.
Other than that, it's kind of quiet around the country. We like quiet. It's quiet. It's too quiet.
American 11, turn 20 degrees right.
Right, American 11.
American 11, climbing table level 350. American 11, climbing table level 350.
American 11, Boston.
American 11, the American on the frequency, how do you hear me? American 11, if you hear Boston Center, recontact Boston Center on 127.82. That's American 11, 127.82.
I'm going to stay on. I'm number 3 on flight 11.
Okay. 7 Mike Lima, contact Boston Center on 28.2.
And there's some staff in business class, and there's people free in business class. Somebody's got mace or something.
Is that American 11 trying to call?
Study. We have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're returning to the airport.
And who's trying to call me here? American 11, are you trying to call?
Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any move, you'll danger yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet.
I have a situation with American 11. Order Street, I need to scramble some fighters. Alright, well, hold on a second.
Nobody move, please. We're going back to the airport. Don't try to make any stupid moves.
Does he look like he's about roughly 29,000 feet?
Yes, sir. That's obviously just an estimate, but that looks about right for him.
Okay, United 175, do you have him at 12 o'clock now, 10 miles?
Affirmative. We have him. He looks about 28,000.
Okay, thank you. United 175, 30 degrees to the right. I want you to keep away from this traffic.
30 degrees to the right, United 175 heavy.
Yousef 583, Boston.
583, go ahead.
Once you look out your right side, maybe you're 3 o'clock in about 10 miles. We got an American 767 we're lost contact with, and I want to know if you can tell me if he's around roughly 29,000 feet there.
Okay, we're not showing anybody on the TCAS. Just a second, we're looking over there. We can't spot him yet. How many miles off to the 3 o'clock position?
He's about 7 miles right now, and he's heading southbound. Yousef 583, can you see it?
583, we still don't have him yet, sir. We're looking.
Just weapon, Sergeant Powell.
All right, Boston Center, TMU. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York, and we need you guys to, we need someone to scramble some F-16s or something up there to help us out.
Is this real world or exercise?
No, this is not an exercise, not a test. New York, United 175 heavy.
United 175, go ahead.
We figured we'd wait to go to your center. We heard a suspicious transmission on our departure out of Boston with someone keyed the mic and said, everyone stay in your seats.
Oh, okay. I'll pass it along over here.
The World Trade Center, tower number 1 is on fire. The whole outside of the building, there was just a huge explosion. All companies stand by at this time. Send every available ambulance, everything you got to the World Trade Center now.
This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
There is a major incident in Lower Manhattan.
We just got a report in that there's been some sort of explosion at the World Trade Center in New York City.
Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center.
We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center.
We have serious news of a major possible air crash in the United States.
An incredible plane crash into the World Trade Center. That happened within the last few moments.
Just a few moments ago, something believed to be a plane crashed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center. We have no idea what it was. It was a tremendous boom.
A gigantic sonic boom.
The air is filled with... We're getting reports that an airplane hit the building.
I hear a plane, then all of a sudden I saw it go right into the World Trade Center.
So you saw a plane crash into the side of the World Trade Center?
Yes, sir.
How big, can you tell us? Give us an idea.
It would be hard to imagine that a small plane could create that kind of hole in a building like the World Trade Center.
These buildings are almost a city block size building.
This is a large plane.
You're talking about a large passenger commercial
large
jet.
passenger commercial jet.
The Associated Press is now reporting that it was an aircraft.
Back in the 40s, a plane hit the Empire State Building. In the 60s, a helicopter crashed on the top of what was the Pan Am Building, now the MetLife Building.
Remember, it is shortly before 9 o'clock East Coast time, so we suspect there would have been a great many people in the building and presumably on those top floors as well.
There is considerable and
There's a person, guys. There's people falling out. That was a person.
Oh no, there's a person, Tammy. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh. Oh.
There goes another person, guys.
Just weapons, Sergeant Powell. All right, Boston Center, TMU. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York, and we need you guys to, we need someone to scramble some F-16s or something up there to help us out. Is this real world or exercise? No, this is not an exercise, not a test.
New York, United 175 Heavy.
United 175, go ahead.
We figured we'd wait to go to your center. We heard a suspicious transmission.
Neuvěřitelné, dvojičky hoří. Já to mám na kameře.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
There's another one.
There was another one.
Running away very, very quickly. There are more explosions further down the building.
Explosion.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street. Everybody's panicking. Clearly the thing is out of control.
One of our producers said perhaps
A second plane was in
an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
David, we're going to have to cut you off. President Bush is speaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a difficult moment for America. I, unfortunately, will be going back to Washington after my remarks. Secretary Rod Pace and Lieutenant Governor will take the podium and discuss education. I do want to thank the folks here at Booker Elementary School for their hospitality. Today, we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act. Terrorism against our nation will not stand. And now, if you join me in a moment of silence. May God bless the victims, their families, and America. Thank you very much.
President clearly shaken, I think one can say, saying the two things which a president must say. Terrorism will not stand, and God bless the victims and their families.
Aaron Brown in New York City joining us now. Aaron, we can see over your left shoulder there the building still smoldering.
Well, it is a grotesque sight to look at from about 30 blocks away from where we are. Senator Ted Kennedy is speaking in Washington as, again, one of the planes was hijacked from Boston.
We are not going to see the business of America deferred because of terrorism, whether it's in education or in another area of public policy.
That's Air Force One you see in Florida, the president on board. Extraordinary security around the plane before the president got on. This is election day, a primary election for mayor and city council races here in New York. That election has been postponed until further notice. There was a convoy, I can't think of a better word, a convoy of fire and police trucks racing down the West Side Highway, and this is in the middle of rush hour. Every available fire unit here has been brought to the Trade Center.
And a commercial jet into a weapon of destruction. The United States suffered a tragic loss of life that day. But America's fortress proved to be a shield, protecting the lives of thousands of people who work there. 5-7 flies into the ground floor of the Pentagon. In milliseconds, the aircraft begins to disintegrate. Fuel spews through the building. Violent fires and explosions track the plane's brief but deadly journey. 9:39. The sturdy 1941 construction with expansion joints and blast-proof windows withstands the impact, allowing many Pentagon workers to make their way to safety. 9:57. Only 1/5 of the area hit collapses. All the passengers and crew and 125 Pentagon workers perish.
problems.
Katie, I don't want to alarm anybody right now, but apparently there was an explosion of some kind here at the Pentagon.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon.
Chris Plant, a CNN producer, is at the Pentagon where there is a significant fire. Chris, you're on the phone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Tell me what you know.
Claire, let me interrupt you for a second. We now have fire confirmed at the Pentagon. John McCarthy at the Pentagon can hear me. John, please get in touch immediately if you can and brief us in there. John McCarthy has actually been evacuated from the Pentagon.
Associated Press is reporting that a plane crashed at the Pentagon.
The heart of the military command center of the United States of America, John. It can't get much worse than this, let's hope.
Claire, what's that we're looking at?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out right now. It's like nothing I've ever seen.
There's something going on behind the old executive office building.
We are also getting reports now that there is a fire on the mall in Washington. The car bomb has exploded at the State Department.
There is a plane circling the White House at the moment.
A white plane, a very big jet. The Secret Service was very concerned, pointing up at the jet in the sky.
The Secret Service received what AP is describing as a credible threat of a terrorist attack against the White House itself.
The people who came out were told and ordered by the Secret Service to run.
I'm in front of the Capitol, and a moment ago, police officers ran up to us and told us, and I quote, "There is a plane that has been hijacked and is headed this way."
There has been an explosion of some kind at the Capitol.
And the Situation Room is a bomb shelter.
That's either U.S. Air Force or Navy aircraft, fighter aircraft, now on patrol, lest there be one more attempt.
2 Navy carrier battle groups, the USS George Washington and the USS John F. Kennedy, are being dispatched out of Norfolk Naval Base right now. They are getting underway and heading up the eastern seaboard.
Wow.
And some people were...
Jamie, I need you to stop for a second. There has just been a huge explosion. We can see...
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents. You can see the towers. A huge explosion now raining debris on all of us.
appears as if the World Trade Center has just fallen. Oh my God.
A situation that started bad just gets worse and
Daniela,
worse
did you
and
hear
worse.
me? The entire second building collapsed. It is gone.
Holding their heads, when it went down, just shaking their heads in disbelief.
Yeah, it seemed like it just sort of... Go this way.
Smoking from the big building going down. Steel, look at the steel.
Oh my God. I can hear it.
Hear it?
God have mercy.
Nobody knew what to do. There was no clear thinking. People were just reacting to kind of save themselves and
this
the people
is
around them.
subsequently, you're in the same location when the building comes down.
I had been taken downstairs by Port Authority police who knew that I had this videotape. And we were moving actually to go back to the Trinity Church to make them a dub of the tape in a format that they could use on a VHS tape.
Gravitates to the minor keys as he navigates his way away from me. He claims a guardian for every sailor in the storm. But where are the patrons for those left on the shore? And as the darkness falls around me, he takes my hand and starts to pray. This is a hymn for all those left behind. This is a prayer for every heart left barren. This is a call for all the saints to be reminded to sing a hymn for all those left behind.
Then you get in the air. And when you get in the air, it unfolds in front of you. We thought, to be perfectly honest, we would be shocked by what we saw, and we can only assume that we've seen so much since Tuesday, we are temporarily shocked out. In fact, as we came around the southern tip of the island and started to move in closer, it was almost a sense of awe. Awe at the audaciousness of the plan, awe at the evil brilliance of the plan, awe at the power that those two jet bombs, fully loaded wide-body jets, their power to destroy. It turns out, as sometimes is the case, the cliches in many cases are true. As you come around the island, we're moving now to the west, around the southern tip of Manhattan Island. The Trade Center towers would have been just in front as we zoom past that building. Just in front of there, tower number 1 would have been right there, right where you're looking in between those two buildings. Now we're farther to the west looking back. You see the smoke. To us at least, it is a much wider area of damage than we thought it was from our location from where we've been broadcasting. There's a huge hole in the middle. And I'll venture a guess here, and it's only that as one of the two towers came tumbling down, it crashed on top of what I believe was building number 5 of the World Trade Center complex. As we say, the cliches turn out in many ways to be true. It does look like Mount St. Helens in an urban setting erupted. Oddly enough, it could have been a kind of modern Germany at the end of World War II, after the Allies moved in, bombing Germany. But it is in this relatively tight 8 or 10 block area. It's not vast across the city. It's just focused on this small area. It is also somewhat sickening when you look down and you see the dirt and the steel and the concrete, the water pouring on it all, and you realize as we stand here on this beautiful September Sunday morning in New York, there are 5,000 people still buried. Wolf?
Aaron, did you get close enough to convey to our viewers what obviously these pictures, as dramatic as they are, and our photographer Dave Rust has done his usually excellent job in getting these pictures. Did you get a sense what maybe we can't appreciate the sense of smell?
Yeah, you know, I've been smelling this smell, Wolf, since I guess sometime Tuesday. It is. You know, I leave and it's all over me, and even at 1,500 feet, and maybe I'm imagining this. I can't promise I'm not. Yeah, you could smell it, and you would see, and we hadn't seen this before, from the upper stories of some of these surrounding buildings. Fire department has run hoses up to the top stories and is pouring literally thousands, if not millions and millions of gallons down on that smoldering mass of death and destruction.
All right, Aaron Brown in New York. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of these pictures as the day continues and as these days continue. Thank you so much for joining us.
We have a report that there has been a collapse at part of the Pentagon itself. There is now in New York and in northern New Jersey a critical shortage of blood.
A blood shortage, we are being told, in Washington.
United 93, go ahead. The captain, I would like to all remain seated. We are on the board and we are going to back to the airport and we have our demand, so please remain quiet. Affirmative, he said there was a bomb on board. Did you hear some interference on the frequency here a couple of minutes ago, screaming?
We have a report that a 747 is down in Pennsylvania.
I'm going to interrupt you, Senator McCain. These are the first pictures we have in. This is from Somerset County,
Pennsylvania. This is United Airlines 93. This was a Boeing 757 bound from Newark, New Jersey to San Francisco. It crashed in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, near the town of Shanksville, south of Pittsburgh.
Building 7 in the World Trade Center complex is on fire and has either collapsed or is collapsing.
Building 7 at the World Trade Center, and that building is in danger of collapse as it continues to...
Student. He was down there, he was trying to help people. His name is Daryl.
Yeah, so I was just standing there, you know, we were watching the building actually because it was on fire. The bottom floors of the building were on fire, and you know, we heard this sound that sounded like a clap of thunder. Turned around, we were
to the 47-story World Trade Center Building 7 on September.
Had moved back from that building before, which you're about to see again here on videotape, knowing that fire could not be fought because of the instability of the structure, because of the fire that had burned since shortly after 9 o'clock this morning.
And since then, the most recent collapse, which happened just a short while ago, Building 7, a 47-story building as part of the World Trade Center complex, collapsed. That building had been, we were told, completely evacuated. But the fate of people on the ground, including rescue workers, as it came tumbling down, we simply don't know. But it had been threatening to collapse, had been on the verge of collapse for a long while, so perhaps most of the area had been evacuated. But who could have anticipated this kind of incredibly dense...
Move out of your apartment, Fabiana. You've got Carolina here.
Yes. They advise us to leave because we have...
Oh my God. Look behind us. Please pan in this way. Please be careful of your baby. This is it.
That's the building coming down.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. No. Listen. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
We're okay. Ashley? I think we're okay. Ashley, I think we're okay.
All right. We're going to have to move this way. We're going to have to move. We're going to have to move. That cloud is coming this way.
Yeah. Ashley, get out of there. Leave.
Now in Kabul, I believe.
Sources are telling CNN that there are, quote, good indications that people with links to the Osama bin Laden organization are responsible for today's attacks.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be
Thank you.